So, you're thinking of going electric, or maybe you've been a bit wild and taken the plunge already, and you'd like some extra information before your car arrives, to make sure you're doing it right. Here are 5 things you should know to help you get started. Number 1. Charging an electric car at home is really easy. Charging your car at home might seem like a daunting or strange thing to do, but we promise you'll be a natural in no time. Here are some pointers. Plugging in is simple. Find the charge port on your car, take the charging cable, which is often supplied with the vehicle, and plug it into the car socket and then a power source. We have a short video on how to plug in your EV, which you'll find in the link in the description below. Charging doesn't take very long. Charging a car battery from empty to full can take a long time, but it's very unlikely that it will in reality. Most of the time, you'll just top up the battery. We did a recent video all about why it doesn't take a long time to charge an electric car. You can find that in the link in the corner right now or in the description below. Thirdly, most people charge their car overnight. This way, the car has plenty of charge for your driving needs the next day, and it might mean that you save money on charging your car by using an energy tariff that has off-peak rates overnight. Finally, it's like a mobile phone. In many ways, charging your car is very similar to charging your phone. You usually plug it in overnight or when you don't need it, so your car is always ready for you. If all this sounds complicated, we promise it isn't. You could take delivery of your car, plug it in when you need it, and that's it. But it's always nice to be prepared. Number 2, get a home charger installed. Most electric vehicles can simply be charged using a conventional 3-pin plug and domestic socket, but it's not as convenient or as fast as getting a dedicated home charge point installed, just like the one Smart Home Charge offers. These home EV chargers, sometimes known as wall boxes, are more powerful and typically add around 30 miles an hour to your car compared to around 10 miles an hour from a 3-pin plug. Here are just a few reasons why you should get a charger installed at home. Firstly, it's faster than a domestic socket, it's safer than a domestic socket, there's a £350 grant available from the government to have your home charge point installed, plus smart charging functionality allows you to take advantage of cheaper off-peak rates on your electricity tariff. More on that in a moment. You can compare charge points and request a free quote for your own home installation by visiting smarthomecharge.co.uk. If you're eligible, you can even get an extra £350 from the government towards the installation cost. If you want an electric car charger installed at home, then we've got a great quick guide all about EV charger installation. You can find that in the link in the description below as well. Number 3, charging on the road. Most electric car drivers charge at home most of the time. In fact, it's quite rare to need to use a public charge point, but here are some scenarios where you might need to. For example, you're going on a long journey or family trip which is beyond the range of your electric car. You may be away from home and need to top up the battery while you're there. Or you're at a hotel, leisure centre, supermarket, and you just want to top up the car battery while you're shopping, for example. For longer journeys, most people have a bladder range that runs out well before your car's range would. Simply plan a comfort break on your route and plug your car into a public charge point while you're there. By the time you've relieved yourself, grabbed a coffee or something to eat, then your car has likely been charging for at least 20 minutes. That may be enough already to see you through to your destination. Most electric cars are equipped with what's called rapid charging and will get an 80% recharge in around 30 to 45 minutes from empty, although this can vary from vehicle to vehicle. Remember also, your battery probably isn't empty anyway, and you might not need 80% charge to reach your destination. Simply get enough charge to get there. You can learn more about rapid chargers, how to use them, the costs, and more in our website guide on how to use a public charger. Link in the description below. Number 4, driving an EV is different, but in a good way. If you've already test driven your electric car, then you probably have a pretty good idea of what it feels like, but here's a reminder just in case. The silence. The first thing you will probably notice about an EV is just how quiet they are. With no engine or pistons moving at great speeds, you are left with the soothing peace of the interior. On motorways, it's true you will notice more wind and tyre noise, but this is no louder than a conventional car. There's just no noisy engine to mask the sound. You'll soon get used to it and learn to enjoy the quietness of an EV, or you can stick the radio on. No gears. Electric cars don't have gears, not in the traditional sense anyway. They have drive or forwards and reverse. Simple. Regenerative braking. Once you get over the quietness of an EV, then regen braking is probably the biggest change compared to a conventional car. Simply put, when you lift your foot off the accelerator, the car will begin to actively decelerate. Regen braking is different to coasting. The car will slow down quite a lot without using the friction brakes, all the while recovering this kinetic energy into the battery. In practice, it means you don't need to use the brakes as often and you get some energy back into the car's battery. Most cars let you adjust the severity of the regen braking, or you can turn it off completely if you don't like it. Instant power. Because there are no gears to change to in the conventional sense, and electric cars are extremely efficient at delivering power to the motors and therefore wheels, they are able to accelerate almost instantly. It's really helpful in certain driving situations and it can be very fun. Be careful though, as the instant acceleration may be quite surprising to you the first few times. Number 5. Low running costs. An electric car is cheaper to fuel than a petrol or diesel, that's for sure. Electricity is cheaper than fuel, plus electric cars have far fewer parts, which means fewer things to go wrong and lower repair costs. But did you know you can save even more money by choosing the right energy tariff? That's right. You see, some energy suppliers offer cheaper overnight rates specifically aimed at electric car drivers. That means you can plan your car charging around those cheaper rates and charge your car up for just a few quid sometimes. This is entirely optional, of course, but we have a tool on our website that allows you to compare which energy tariff might be best for your vehicle. You can check it out at smarthomecharge.co.uk and you can find the link in the description below. I hope that's been helpful. You can find lots more guides on our website, but in the meantime, make sure you subscribe to this channel where we have plenty of other guides and tutorials that you will find beneficial if you're new to EVs. See you next time.